Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm your host, Devin Thorpe. I'm a Forbes contributor covering social entrepreneurship and impact investing. And today we have with us a great social entrepreneur, Kirsten Henry Fox, an executive sommelier, cancer survivor, and entrepreneur. Kirsten, we're thrilled to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Devin. It's fun to be here.
Well, we're thrilled. And I hate to go to this place to start, but I think we need to go to this place to start because everything comes from that. But a few years ago, you were diagnosed with breast cancer. Tell us a little bit about how you felt at that time, how that impacted your life, and what it was like.
For me, my background with breast cancer goes multi-generational. And so I have a grandmother who passed away from breast cancer. My other grandmother had breast cancer, my mom, my sister. So for me and my family, it became a little bit like driving in the mountains at night where you know there are deer in the forest around you and you cross your fingers that they're not going to jump in your path, but sometimes they do and you hit them and then you've got to do body work like I had to do body work. And so at that point, you aren't necessarily surprised. You've just done everything you can to not be a part of that, but sometimes it's just bad luck.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, how did your friends respond, and how did that make you feel as you were going through all of this?
It was the first time that I really, as an adult, had gone through something life-changing or life-threatening, and my friends, it was stunning to me that my friends just knew to come to my side. They came with food, cards, they came and just sat with me, and it made such an impact on my healing that people were willing to give their time and energy to me and show me their love. It truly was stunning. It really made me almost thankful to get cancer. It was that profound.
Wow. That's really an amazing experience. But then that has become the inspiration for something new. Tell us about Uplift Gift.
It was. After I went through the experience of my friends bringing me these gifts and sending me things from afar, like college roommates and that, I started to be a resource for women who were looking for something to do for a friend who was just brought news that something really bad was going on. And I started to realize after about the fifth text and the emails and the phone calls that there possibly could be a business where I can help women and others with giving appropriate, meaningful gifts to friends who were going through hard times, because sometimes we just don't know what to do. So that became the idea for this company, Uplift Gift. Well,
it is such a difficult situation for friends even to know what to do and what to say. And so I can see the niche you're appealing to. Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're putting in your gift boxes so that we understand what it is you learned.
Well, the most traumatic part of the whole journey for me was the diagnosis part. Being stunned, what's going to happen, what's the family going to do, what are my kids thinking, those kinds of things. And I was in a huge amount of internal struggle. And so for me, when my friends came over, they would bring, I'm a sommelier, they would bring a bottle of wine, or they bring chocolate, or they'd bring these things that made me feel comforted. And so that is what we've chosen to launch the company with, is what we call our signature support package. It's the only package we're offering right now because we had to choose one. And it is about comforting things for your friends. So a warm pashmina, hand-dipped, handcrafted chocolate, cocoa, tea, aromatherapy essential oils, and wine, if you're in a state that it's legal to do, since that's so much a part of my life. those are the things that are in our signature support package that we felt are integral to comforting a friend when she has just received this really bad news.
It seems to me that one of the things that's interesting about this is it seems that you have an art, a flair, a taste for pairing a wine to a circumstance rather than a meal. Am I misreading what you're telling me?
No, you're not misreading that. I, in fact, love pairing wine to life situations. I actually write for the Huffington Post. I'm a blogger on wine there and my column is called Wines to Pair with Life. So, for example, I wrote an article on wines to pair with laundry, and one of the types of laundry is your children's laundry, and therefore you might be crying sentimental tears that are running into your mouth that are slightly salty. So an off-dry German Riesling would be perfect for that type of wine, of life situation. So although we're starting with 2 wines, a red and a white, that are from our partner here in Park City called Old Town Cellars, we will eventually be able to offer more breadth of wines that are actually selected based on exactly what your friend's going through: divorce, pet loss, those types of things.
Oh, fascinating. Well, Kirsten, you want to go past cancer, but right now that's kind of your focus. But you see this business ultimately providing comfort packages for a variety of situations. What would those include?
So we definitely have a tie into the breast cancer month, because obviously I've been through it, and we have a give back as well to a cancer research foundation. But the other types of gifts that we see that we've immediately launched with are, for example, a death in the family, so a sympathy gift, where you just are struggling, whether it's a job loss would fall under a sympathy gift as well. Perhaps a divorce or a relationship breaking up, maybe a very dear pet dying, and other medical diagnoses that aren't breast cancer. But these are things that we often are faced with in our lives with our friends, and we just, again, can't find the words because these are such big challenges.
Yeah. Well, Kirsten, you are a pretty remarkable woman and clearly a role model to a lot of people. Who do you look up to as a role model?
There's a woman who, in 1996, I keep a picture of the column. I've actually got the column that I cut out. Her name is Mary Gaston, and she's from Spokane, Washington. She has 3 children. Now, this is back in 96. They were 5, 6, and 7. She, at night, went to night school. She finished her bachelor's degree. She got a master's in business, and she was top of her class when this was written in law school. Single mom with a part-time job. And what I cannot believe and admire about this woman is she did not allow anything to get in her way of her goals, yet she also kept her family squarely in focus. She volunteered at her children's school, and she read them to bed at night, and then she would start studying. She did all of her studying throughout the wee hours of the morning. And to me, that shows a level of determination. And it also says to me, when I was back then, I was a single woman with children, and it taught me, don't play small. There's no needing to play small here. You can do what you are meant to do. Even if it is a little harder for you than someone else, there's someone else struggling at it. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to study at 2 a.m. My lights go out at 10 and I'm worthless in the middle of the night. But so I really admire this woman, Mary Gaston.
Oh, that's a great story. Great story. I feel a personal connection because she's obviously about my age, and I went to high school in Spokane. I'm now racking my brain trying to figure out if I know her.
Wow.
But great story. Now, a lot of people have been through what you've been through, and I don't mean that in any way to minimize what you've been through with breast cancer. Mm-hmm. But most of them did not start a business. They weren't inspired by the process to do something meaningful or radical. Why did you feel so compelled to step into the breach here?
The fact that before I got sick, I struggled with what to do when friends had bad things happen to them. I felt like I needed to say something that made it better. I felt like I wanted to help them make the pain go away. I wanted to put a spin on what was going on in their lives somehow. And before I got sick, I was stymied. How do you say to someone, how do you put a spin on someone's son dying? There's just nothing you can say. And so what would happen is I just wouldn't say anything. I remember being at the grocery store and I saw a woman out of the corner of my eye who's, in this case, her son had just died. And it was a tragic death and I hadn't seen her. And I was so panicked that I took a right turn down the nearest aisle and checked out of the grocery store. I wasn't finished shopping. I checked out of the grocery store and I was literally panicked as I sat there because I was thinking, hurry, so that I don't have to be faced with saying something to her. So as I went through this with breast cancer and my friends circled around me and I was stunned that they weren't trying to make it any better for me for the most part. I mean, there were some people who came in and said, think of the, things you'll get out of this. And I kind of am a lighthearted person. So, I got a lot of funny new rack kind of cards and things and such, but at the end of it, I realized that there are many people out there, after all the calls from my friends, that are struggling with what to say when people get really bad news. And so I became that bridge to be able to say, all you need to really do is show your friend you are thinking of her and you love her and you're with her. And you don't need to say anything else. And whether that's with a gift from us or a card or a phone call or a hug, it doesn't matter as long as you get past your own fear and just reach out and say, I'm thinking of you. That will never hurt someone's feelings.
Well, that is what a powerful insight. And perhaps related to that, we ask all of our guests for what we call an impact hack, some tip that would help us to do more good in the world. What's your impact hack?
I would say that I attribute where I've come for the last few years with finding a trustworthy accountability buddy. I am an entrepreneur. Most of my time is spent at my desk alone or in meetings. And I have met with a woman, Stacy Demalski. She's an author, coach, a speaker. She has written multiple books, and she and I have met for years, every week. And she has helped me hold me to my goals and measurable outcomes. She has helped talk me off the ledge when I feel like there are 150 fires and I don't know which one to fight first. She brings that outside perspective into my life that has helped me. And truly, I feel like she can offer me radical candor. She is absolutely with me for the long run, and she's able to be honest with me, and I trust her. So that's the thing that I think has added the most impact in my ability to create an impact.
No, fantastic. Great example and great tip. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. I really thank you for your time today, Kirsten. Before you go, please take a moment to tell people how to find Uplift Gift and how to connect with you personally.
Thanks so much, Devin. I can be found at kfox@upliftgift.com. And then I'm on all the social networks. We're on @Uplift Gift. so Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and that. And our website is upliftgift.com as well.
Fantastic. Well, Kirsten, again, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. We wish you every success with your new venture.
Thank you so much, Devin. It was great being here. Thanks for your time.
Let's do some good.